So I would like to set this engine to top dead center, and with the cylinder head off, the engine, it doesn't turn over very hard by hand. And what I would like to do is actually use a long breaker bar here instead, because I think that gives me better control to turn it slow. This is a camshaft for a Cummins 12 valve. On the back of the cam gear is a spot there for the timing pin to engage while setting up top dead center, and so that happens at the top of compression stroke. However, the piston could actually be at the top of the exhaust stroke, and that would mean the camshaft would be in a different position, and that spot there for the timing pin to engage, it wouldn't be there. So just because the piston is at the top, it doesn't mean it's at the top of the compression stroke. It could be at the top of exhaust stroke. These timing pins, they slide easier when that O-ring is removed, and the O-ring can be reinstalled again later, but just for the procedure of finding top dead center with that O-ring off, it makes it a little easier. So I've got the piston near the top here, and I can tell that the engine is on compression stroke, because when I shine a light in here, I can see that spot there on the back of the cam gear, and that's where the timing pin would engage. So I would like to locate that top dead center now. I've got the long breaker bar here. Got some pressure on the pin, turning it slow by hand. I know I'm near the top with that piston. Pressure on the pin, and it's just starting to engage now. Okay, that looks like it's in all the way, and it slides easy, so I'll stop there. I did this procedure a number of times. I think I'll stay with the one that I just showed on video. So what I don't like is if the pin engages and then I go to pull the pin out, if there's some resistance on that pin, then that shows it could be lined up a little bit nicer. To repeat the procedure, what I did is I turned the engine back again just a little bit with the pin pulled back as well, and then I would repeat. I would put pressure on the pin, and then I would turn the engine and I'd wait for it to engage. Interesting O-ring on the front of this injection pump, and normally it goes on this area here. I have it removed, and it looks like it's actually manufactured with a flat spot on the inside. So I was looking at a O-ring from another pump, and that one is round, so possibly maybe this one at one point was replaced, but I'm pretty confident that this is the factory style O-ring for this pump. I'd like to get some oil now on the inside of here, and some more oil on the O-ring there for the injection pump, and then start working at getting that injection pump slid onto the studs. So off camera I was wiggling this pump around trying to get all the nuts started, so that has happened now, and I think the O-ring is nicely on the way in, so I'll try and get that pump seated in there all the way now, turning the nuts in. So right now the pump is timed for top dead center. And also the engine is set at top dead center. I've got a degree wheel taped onto the harmonic balancer, which is bolted on here temporarily, and I was using this plastic cap on here just to kind of reference that I've got the degree wheel somewhat centered when I taped it onto the harmonic balancer. That was pretty close. And so I've got a wire here bolted to the engine, and it's pointing at top dead center according to this degree wheel. So this engine, it turns clockwise when it's normally running. Right now I'm going to leave this alignment pin in the pump. That can stay there, but this alignment pin for top dead center, I'm going to pull that back a ways so it doesn't interfere, and I want to turn this engine counterclockwise 2 degrees. So unless this pump has been changed sometime over the years, it looks like this pump is timed for 12.5 degrees before top dead center, and I'd like to advance that another 2 degrees. So I'll try turning it backwards using the strap at the back of the engine, see how that works. Oh, it looks like it's slipping. Made it a little bit tighter. Try it again. Oh, moved a little bit. Let's see what I got. Oh, that's actually pretty close. So I was looking at this a bit more, and it is so close to 2 degrees. It may actually be, no, I don't think it's exactly 2 degrees, but it's so close